Hello everyone, Ash here, and it's time for another countdown. And tonight I'm doing my top 10 favorite villains of all time. So you ready to see who my personal favorite villains of all time are? Well, let's get this started, alright? Starting with number 10, the Predator from the movie Predator. What a badass villain this guy is. You don't want to fuck with him. First and foremost, he took down Jesse the Body Ventura. He also took down Apollo Creed. I don't remember the actor's name, but I remember in Rocky he was Apollo Creed, and he took him down in this film. Hell, he blew his freaking arm off. He blew his arm off. He took down Arnold Schwarzenegger's entire platoon by himself. Not to mention he's impossible to find. His stealth, honestly, you cannot find this fucker anywhere. He's got a cannon on his fucking shoulder, which has a little scope, which he can, if he hits you with that cannon, you're done. You're dead. That's it. You're over. Not to mention he's got a badass claw, which that thing goes into you, you're done. But the best part is the fact that he beat the shit out of Arnold Schwarzenegger. When Arnold Schwarzenegger was in his fucking prime. Beat the shit out of him. And on top of that, when he takes off his mask, he looks fucking badass. He may be one ugly motherfucker, but he is badass. Especially at the end, when Arnold defeats him and is about to kill him. Instead of Predator accepting his defeat, no, he just goes beep, 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 hits a little thing on his wrist, and it's a bomb, and best part is he starts laughing, going, You hear his laugh, even at the very end, you can still hear it. It's a great laugh, and I love the Predator. He's a great villain. He really is one of the greatest villains of all time, so that's why he's number 10. So at number 10, the Predator. Number 9, the Shredder from the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Now, I want to say this first and foremost before I begin why I like this character, why I like this villain. I'm a little surprised a lot of people don't have the Shredder on their top 10 greatest movie villains of all time list. I'm a little surprised by that because he's a great villain. He really is. Very well done. First, the actor playing the Shredder does a good job with the role. I like the actor they brought in to play him. This Shredder is also smart, taking kids and manipulating them to do his bidding and stuff. So he's a very smart, intelligent character. But what I really love is his presence. His on-screen presence is so perfect. I love his presence. It's brilliantly done. I love the way he looks, love the way he sounds. But his opening, the way they introduce him, oh my god, he's so badass. It starts off with him watching a TV, showing April O'Neil on the news conference talking to the chief. And then suddenly you see him chuck a freaking dagger at the screen, and he goes up to the footcan and goes, "Find her. Silence her." And you're like, oh shit, this guy's not to be fucked with. But when you finally see him in his glory, it first starts off with them rolling the red carpet for him, and then one of the footcan takes his cape and wraps it up, wraps it. And another guy walks up to him and bows to the Shredder and goes, and Shredder grabs a mask and goes, "Money cannot buy the honor you have received. You make us all proud." And then we see him, it's just like, damn, you don't want to fuck with this guy. And to be honest, I loved him as a villain. I thought for the first Trolls film, he was a great villain. And Michael Bay will probably fuck up Shredder. But anyways, number 9, the Shredder from the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film. Number 8, Evil Ash from Army of Darkness. Now, I know a lot of people thinking I should put the Necronomicon on here, but I like him a little bit more, believe it or not. Evil Ash, honestly, he's a funny, over-the-top character, and he fits Army of Darkness so well that, honestly, I couldn't not put him on this list. Well, I love the Necronomicon. I think it's a great villain in its own right, because yes, I do consider the Necronomicon to be a villain for what it unleashes. Evil Ash is just so over the top and a little bit of a badass. And he is Ash's evil side. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I've always liked this villain. I always thought he's a great villain. Not the greatest number 1, but he's a villain I like a lot. I've always enjoyed watching him on screen. And that's why he's number 8 on this list. So at number 8, Evil Ash from Army of Darkness. Number 7, the teacher from Battle Royale. Now, I know there are a few other villains in Battle Royale, but to be honest, he was my favorite out of all 3. One is because honestly, you feel sorry for him in the beginning. You really do. You feel sorry because he loses his entire class. His class doesn't give a shit about him, and he gets his ass stabbed. And you just feel sorry for the guy. And then when he comes back, you like him. He's a likable villain. That's another thing I like, is how likable he is. I like the fact that he basically, there's a scene where he goes on the monitor and tells everyone he's disappointed that they're not doing more killing. And you're just kind of laughing, going, what the hell? But also, there's a great scene where he gets shot, and after he's been shot like 5 times, the phone rings, and he just gets right up and answers it. And finishes off before he dies by saying, "Go cookies, last one." And honestly, I really liked this villain. He was such a good villain, so well done, so well developed. So yeah, number 7, the teacher from Battle Royale. And the reason I didn't say his name, because honestly his name, I don't even remember it. Well, his name's actually too hard to say. I'm bad with Japanese names, so let's just leave it at that. Number 6, the aliens from The Thing. First and foremost, these things can copy anyone down perfectly. They look perfect. They're perfect copies. So that creates a lot of trust issues with the survivors, and it really does show in the film that all of them don't really trust each other. It gets crazy. But what really I love is when you find out who is the Thing. My God, do they not transform into some creepy, evil-looking aliens? Some of the best I've ever seen. These things are incredible. They look great. The puppets here are absolutely amazing. And I'm talking about John Carpenter's The Thing, not that crappy 2010 overblown CGI bullshit film. The original with the puppets. That was a great film. The Thing, the aliens look great. Oh, God. Those things are creepy and they looked great. And my God. And not to mention the trust issues. Oh, yeah. At number 6, the aliens from The Thing. Number 5, Agent Smith from The Matrix. Well, first and foremost, he's persistent. If he wants to catch you or kill you, he will succeed. Second, he can dodge bullets. You can fire an assault rifle at him and he'll dodge all the bullets. Third, he's incredibly strong. If you try fighting him, you will lose. And fourth, it's Hugo Weaving. I mean, Hugo Weaving does an incredible job with this character. I loved his character. Loved the character he played here. He does a great job. Agent Smith is such a great villain because of all those features, but one of the things I really liked is when he's got Morpheus held up, and he goes up to Morpheus going, "I'm becoming human like you. I have this sense of disgust I want out, and you are the key. You're going to help me or you're going to die." I'm just like, that's freaking awesome. That really is. I love this character. My God, what a great character. What a great villain. And Hugo Weaving, you are freaking awesome. I kind of wish you had played Lord Voldemort in the Harry Potter films. I wish you had. But at number 5, Agent Smith from The Matrix. Number 4, Frollo from the Hunchback of Notre Dom. What a villain this guy is. Out of all the Disney villains, he's the scariest. And he doesn't have any real magical powers or strength, but he has something much worse. He has political powers and religious powers, which are far worse. To get Esmeralda, he burnt down most of freaking Paris, basically arresting anyone who would not help him find the gypsy. And the thing was, he thought he was doing God's will, which is even creepier. This guy thought he was going to go to heaven for what he was doing. It was just downright creepy what he was doing to all of Paris. And honestly, he really did turn out to be such a great villain. So dark and evil, and yet he thought he was doing good, which is even scarier. So, honestly, at number 4, Frollo from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Number 3, the Joker from The Dark Knight. Now, most people know why he's a great villain. I mean, everyone that's seen The Dark Knight, they know why. He has no desires of money or jewelry or taking over the world or anything like that. He just wants chaos. He just wants Gotham to burn. And my God, does he not come close to succeeding. He turns Gotham City into a complete and total mess. And it helps because Heath Ledger did such an amazing job with the role that you are terrified of this character. Because you don't understand him. We have no understanding of him. And he's a brilliant villain. There isn't much I can already say about this guy that hasn't been said, but really, he's one of the greatest villains I've ever seen in cinema history. One of the best. So at number 3, the Joker from The Dark Knight. Number 2, Darth Vader. One of the greatest villains of all time. He still holds up even today. Such a great villain. First and foremost, he's got such a great on-screen presence. Very few villains have that type of brilliant on-screen presence, but he has it. And not to mention, it helps the fact that you have James Earl Jones being Vader's voice. But if you fail under him, he will kill you. Watch Empire Strikes Back to find out what I mean, because there are scenes where his commanders fail, and he force chokes them and kills them, and he goes, "You are now in charge, Commander. Do not disappoint me." Not to mention he has such a tragic backstory. His backstory is tragic. Really is. Also, he's willing to blow up entire planets to get information. He blew up Alderaan just to find out where the rebels' hidden base was. And hell, Leia told him, lied, but still told him, and he still did it anyways. But when you find out that Luke Skywalker is his son, in those famous words where Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father, Luke goes, "He told me enough. He told me you killed him." And then Vader does. He says those words so brilliantly. "No, I am your father." What a great villain. Such a great presence. One of the greatest villains of all time. At number 2, the Darth Lord of the Sith, the personification of evil, Darth Vader. And finally, my number 1 favorite villain of all time is Sauron from Lord of the Rings. Now I know some people are thinking, wait, Ash, why Sauron from Lord of the Rings? He wasn't on the screen that much and you didn't see him. True, you didn't see him, but you didn't need to see him to know what he was capable of, what he commanded. Everything that was happening, all the battles, all the damage, was all because of him, of his command. Even the battle at Helm's Deep was because of Sauron. Because Sauron feared him so much, he joined with him and made an army of 10,000 Uruk-hai to attack Helm's Deep. This was all thanks to Sauron. He was feared by all. Everyone feared him. Everyone knew his power. You see his power in the beginning when he's standing over the men of Middle-earth who are trying to fight him, and he's taking them out with just one swing. He's taking out 30 guys with one swing of his powerful weapon. And by sheer dumb luck, they defeat him. And it was dumb luck. It was just a lucky thing it happened that they were able to beat him. Not to mention, he commands so many powerful people under his wing, under his command. He has hundreds of thousands of orcs. He has men. He has men with freaking elephants. He also has Sauron the White. And Sauron White serves him out of fear. He fears Sauron so badly and fears that if he gets that ring, it's over, that he'd rather just serve under him. Because he knows he can't be beat. Not to mention the Ringwraiths and the Witch King. And the Witch King defeated Gandalf the White. So that's all the people he commands, and they're all extremely powerful and extremely dangerous. So at number 1, people may not like this pick, but he's my personal favorite villain of all time, Sauron. Sauron, I salute you, and you are number 1, my friend.